Dragon Quest, known as Dragon Warrior in North America, was a groundbreaking title that revolutionized the RPG genre. Released by Enix in 1986, its development is an interesting story of creativity, innovation, and collaboration. The development of Dragon Quest was driven by Yuji Horii, a game designer who was heavily inspired by Western RPGs like Wizardry and Ultima. Horii wanted to create an RPG that was simpler and more accessible to a broader audience, particularly in Japan. This is ironic because Nintendo would eventually think Dragon Quest was too complicated for a Western audience. Horii's concept for Dragon Quest was to blend the strategic depth of RPGs with a user-friendly interface. His aim was to create a game that could be enjoyed by both seasoned gamers and newcomers to the genre alike, making formerly complex mechanics both intuitive and engaging. To realize his vision, Horii brought together a talented team, including Akira Toriyama, a renowned manga artist famous for Dragon Ball, and Koichi Sugiyama, a distinguished composer. Their unique contributions were all essential to the game's success. Toriyama's involvement brought a distinct visual appeal to Dragon Quest. His character designs, with their vibrant and charming style, became iconic and helped the game stand out. His artwork set the visual tone for the entire series. Likewise, Sugiyama's musical score played a crucial role in creating the game's atmosphere. His compositions, from the uplifting overworld theme to the tense battle music, enhanced the emotional experience and became a hallmark of the series. Just don't look him up on Wikipedia. He's, what do the kids say? Problematic? Yeah, he's that. One of Horii's primary goals was to simplify RPG mechanics without sacrificing depth. He streamlined the user interface, making commands and gameplay mechanics more intuitive, which helped attract a wider Japanese audience, who were to this point unfamiliar with RPGs. It might not seem like it for a game with separate and distinct door, stairs, and search commands, but it was pretty intuitive for the time. The story of Dragon Quest, while straightforward, was still very compelling. Set in the kingdom of Alefgard, it follows a hero on a quest to defeat the Dragon Lord and rescue Princess Gwaelin. By sticking to the classic trope of the damsel in distress, Horii was able to start out with a strong narrative foundation. Horii's design philosophy emphasized player immersion and engagement. He wanted players to feel a sense of adventure and discovery as they explored the game world, interacted with NPCs, and uncovered secrets. The game world itself was specifically designed to encourage exploration. The top-down perspective allowed players to navigate various terrains, including towns, forests, caves, and dungeons, each with their own unique challenges. You gotta remember, prior to this, a lot of the RPGs we had were first-person. Top-down was kinda snazzy. NPCs are integral to the gameplay experience of Dragon Quest. They provide crucial information, quests, and lore, guiding the player through the story and offering hints on how to progress, thereby enhancing the game's depth and interactivity. The turn-based battle system was designed to be straightforward yet strategic. Players selected actions from a menu, choosing to attack, use magic, employ items, or run away. This system allowed for thoughtful decision-making without overwhelming the player. Magic was also a key element in Dragon Quest. As the hero leveled up, they learned new spells, each with distinct effects. Balancing the use of magic points added a layer of strategy, particularly in challenging battles and exploration. Your MP and your healing items are getting low. Do you head back, or do you forge onwards to the next town? I usually forge onwards and die. Managing items and equipment was crucial for success. Players needed to find and utilize weapons, armor, and other items to enhance the hero's abilities and survivability. This aspect of the game rewarded exploration and careful strategic planning. Developing the graphics for Dragon Quest was a significant challenge due to the inherent limitations of the NES hardware. The team had to be creative in using the available resources to produce a visually appealing game that ran smoothly on the system. In addition to Sugiyama's compositions, the sound effects were carefully crafted to enhance the player's immersion. From the sound of footsteps to the clashing of swords in battle, these audio elements contributed to the game's overall experience. Upon its release in Japan, Dragon Quest was met with critical acclaim and commercial success. It captivated players with its engaging gameplay, charming graphics, and memorable music, becoming a cultural phenomenon. Dragon Quest became such a big deal in Japan that there's this mythical law that they can't be released on a workday or productivity will tank nationwide. It's probably apocryphal, but it speaks to the nation's obsession with Dragon Quest. When it came time to localize Dragon Quest for the North American market, several changes were necessary. This included adjusting the difficulty, updating the graphics, and translating the text to make it appealing and accessible to Western audiences. The marketing strategy for Dragon Warrior in North America was pretty innovative. Nintendo offered the game for free to subscribers of Nintendo Power magazine, including me, which significantly boosted its exposure and introduced many players to the RPG genre, also including me. It also came with a complete strategy guide in the manual in case the stupid Americans couldn't understand what the NPCs were saying. Dragon Quest's success and innovative design influenced many subsequent RPGs. Its blend of accessible gameplay, rich narrative, and strategic depth set a new standard for the genre and inspired countless developers. You can't say that JRPGs wouldn't exist as a whole without Dragon Quest, but they definitely wouldn't have been the same without the influence. The success of the first game led to the development of sequels, each building upon the foundations laid by the original Dragon Quest. These sequels expanded the story, introduced new gameplay mechanics, and continued to innovate within the genre. 11 mainline entries and countless spin-offs later, and the Dragon Quest brand is still as strong as ever. Dragon Quest's impact extends beyond gaming. It became a cultural icon in Japan, inspiring manga, anime, merchandise, and even orchestra concerts featuring Sugiyama's music. Over the years, Dragon Quest has been re-released on various platforms, from the Game Boy Color to modern mobile devices. These remakes often include enhancements such as improved graphics and additional content, keeping the game relevant for new generations. A passionate fan community has grown around Dragon Quest. Fans celebrate the series through fan arts, music covers, and community events, maintaining the legacy of the original game and its sequels. The development of Dragon Quest I was a landmark event in video game history. The collaboration between Yuji Horii, Akira Toriyama, and Koichi Sugiyama created a game that not only entertained but also defined the JRPG genre. Its legacy continues to inspire and influence the world of gaming, demonstrating the enduring power of innovative and accessible game design. Also, it's cool to fight slimes. So that's Dragon Warrior / Dragon Quest. What'd you think of this kind of video? I don't normally do ones like this, but it was kind of fun. I was talking with my old buddy Tech Dweeb, and I got to feeling real nostalgic for Dragon Warrior, so I decided I'd throw this together. If you like this kind of video, leave a comment and let me know. Otherwise, I guess leave a comment and say no zoo, stick to reviewing handhelds. I don't know, sometimes it's fun to branch out, at least once a month. So, like and subscribe and do all that normal jazz, and we'll see you later with a more traditional, dedicated handheld review. Goodbye! I got all sorts of Dragon Quest stuff.